started in 2007, but 2009 when the journey really began for me. I met Chris Malloy. When I first met him, I told him everything that I wanted to do for the company. But it was words I was giving him because that's how I felt at the time. So next thing you know, after that, all the words that I gave him, he put it down on the paper, and he held me accountable for it. So by him sending that Excel sheet to me, within 3 or 4 days later on, let me know, hey, I have to make sure I report back to Chris Malloy. If not, I'm just giving them words. So I went on, a few days passed, Chris Malloy sent me an email. I'm like, man, Chris Malloy's real serious because now everything I told him, he expected me to go ahead and get it done. So I went on to accomplish a few of the goals and some of the goals I didn't accomplish. Every goal that I didn't accomplish, he sent me an email back in red like, hey, what are the steps you took to get these goals accomplished? I'm like, man, I just sent you some goals I accomplished already, and you're still on me. So next thing you know, after that, I accomplished those goals there, and I was like, hey, I remember you mentioned you want to learn financial. Have you learned that yet? I told him, no, I haven't learned it yet. I received another email again from him again, hey, have you learned financials? I still haven't learned financials yet. So whatever you tell Chris Malloy, he pretty much push you. If it wasn't for Chris Malloy, a lot of things that I tell my sales team, that I tell Eric that I'm going to get the job done, I wouldn't be able to do it if Chris Malloy didn't make me a man of my word. So that's the only reason why today, whenever I say I'm for to do something, that I go ahead and do it because he held me accountable for my actions. And the next thing you know after that, in 2011, is when I met Justin Cassell. I seen a email fly saying an opening position in Orlando. I sent Justin Cassell an email like, hey, I want to go ahead and interview for the position in Orlando. I know it'll be a big task for me, but I believe in trying. I told him that I prefer to fail than not to try. And that's a quote that I took from Michael Jordan because I'm a big basketball fan, and I knew Justin was a big basketball fan also, so I knew that there would catch his eyes. So next thing you know, it caught his eyes. Next day, Monday, I was on a flight to Orlando. I was prepared. I had me a business review ready for Justin. I'm like, man, I got this Orlando position. I told Dwayne, hey, it's been fun working with you. I'm about to branch out your shadow. I'm about to get my own opportunity. I was very excited. I was excited going into the interview. I was like real confident. When I get in there, boom, I give Justin his business review and I have my business review. My business review have all my cheat sheets on it, everything I know what I'm finna tell him. So now as I'm talking to Justin, he know that I have the cheat review and he's asking me questions about myself. I struggled to answer a whole lot of questions, man. He made me feel like I was to the ground. I was like, man, Justin, he hammered me. He told me that I need to work on my grammar, I need to do this, I need to do that. Like he really hammered me. But when I walked out the interview, he told me, you did a good job. Hold your head up, we're gonna do what's best for Johnny Augustine. So he told me, sent me a letter, turned me down. I didn't get the Orlando position. Then the Southwest Florida position came up. I interviewed for that position. Now the Southwest Florida over in North Carolina with George Miguel, the Vice President of Operation, and Tony Miller, that was just coming on. So both of them interviewed me. Justin was right there. And I did a real good job in there, and George Miguel was like, he had a story to tell me. He was like, when they first opened up the Dania Beach warehouse, Mike Canizaro was the regional manager over there. He was like, hey, I met this kid down there in Miami named Johnny Augustine. He got some cornrows, he got some grills, and it was just like, it was just like pretty much, he's like, man, you'll see this kid, you think he's there just to collect a check, but this kid, he has some good things going for him. I believe in him, and I think if we continue to develop him, he'll be able to have some success in the company. So I never knew Mike Canizaro said that. I found that out all the way in 2010, and I know Mike until 2007. So when George told me that Mike Canizaro said that, I'm like, wow, if Mike Canizaro said that, I mean, he really believes in me. And then by Chris Malloy holding me accountable for my words, I knew he believed in me. So now I had my interview with George Miguel and Tony Miller. I did a real good job. When I walked out, Justin told me, man, you did a good job. And I looked at Justin in his eye. I told him, man, you hammered me on that last interview. But you didn't hammer me. You prepared me for what was coming for me. So by him doing that there, I know that I have some great regionals in my corner that backs me up, and the reason why I work hard, because I don't want to disappoint those guys. So that's the only reason why I give 110% every single day when I punch into the clock. I know I don't own Mattress Firm, but when I punch in, I physically own Mattress Firm because it's my business, and I run it the way that I want to run it, and I want to do what's best for Mattress Firm and Southwest Florida. And then another thing after that, one more thing, in 2007, no, 2008 when I first got my promotion for an assistant. I was excited. I'm like, I'm gonna get some business card with my name on it, show it out to my family. I filled it out, sent the fax, came the next day, seen the email, assistant don't get business cards. I was like, you kidding me. I was pissed off. I was pissed off. So you know what I did? I kept that same paper that I faxed and said, you know, one day I'm gonna refax this paper to the same number and I'm gonna get those business cards. So when I got that promotion in Southwest Florida in 2011, I refaxed that paper and got those business cards. And also Louise got me the business cards. When I was an assistant, Louise did get me the assistant
But
cards.
Johnny, you left out, where did you start?
I started first with the company, like my whole career,
Where did you start your mattress career?
Mattress Giant. I started with Mattress Giant. This is a story that I was told over when I was in the corporate office. Dwayne James is not here now. But if it wasn't for Dwayne James, I wouldn't be standing here in front of you guys today because I was about 18 years old. I was a real young kid. I had the goats, had the tattoo. I was walking around the warehouse. I had my pants hanging down to my knees. I had my drawers showing. And also, you know, I didn't have a belt. I had a shoestring for a belt. So I took my shoes, put it on for a belt, and I was walking around the warehouse, and Dwayne, much younger than me, and he pulled me to the side like, hey, Johnny, you know, you can do better. He told me that I can do better, but I didn't believe in myself that I could have done better until somebody seen that and pointed it out to me. So he told me the next day, come to work with your shirt tucked in, get a belt, and I listened to him, I did it. And he told me, hey, it'll be a few days where you'll be walking around the warehouse tucked in, looking professional, nobody's gonna say nothing. But when the guys come down from corporate and start noticing, that's when the negative energy, negative people around you is gonna start saying something, oh, you're dressing up to impress people, that's not really you, when I've been doing it. So when I went on and tucked my shirt in my pants and started looking professional, I cut my hair actually when I got the Mattress Firm, but I always had appearance coming to work every day with my shirt tucked in my pants. So when Dwayne got the transfer over to a Mattress Firm, he knew whatever he told me, I would listen. So that's one of my strong aspects right there. Whenever somebody tell me something, I would listen, take it and run, because I'm like a sponge. I soak up every knowledge that I can, and I just squeeze it out just to bring the best out of me. So that's what type of person that I am.
Johnny?
John. I started in 07. I started with Mattress Giant. I worked with Giant for 4 years.
In 07.
Yeah, 03 to 07.
03 to 07.
Johnny, when I hired Dwayne down in Miami, and I knew he had industry experience from Giant, I thought, all right, getting one from the competitor. The first thing I did, I said, you know, do you know someone that would come on over, because we didn't hire you yet. He goes, I've got a guy that works in the warehouse. You really like him. He's full of energy. So really, your first person that was a Johnny fan was Dwayne. So don't ever forget Dwayne was the one who really got you in here. He believed in you before any of the three of us ever knew you.
Absolutely. Round of applause for Dwayne, even though he's not here.